You know, it's funny. Have you ever really stopped to think about the simple words you use all the time? I mean, the really common ones? Well, it turns out they often have the most incredible stories. And today, we're going to dig into one of them and uncover something pretty amazing about language itself.
All right, so let's start with a word we all think we know inside and out. I bet you've used it 1,000 times and never really thought twice about it. That word is pin.
Okay, so on the surface, this seems super straightforward, right? I mean, a pin, it's just a thing. Our source, the Simple English Wiktionary, calls it a small, sharp thing used for holding things together. You know, like a push pin you stick in a corkboard, or a safety pin. It's an object. Simple. Physical. Done. Or so you'd think.
But what if this incredibly simple word was actually holding a key to understanding language itself? What if there's a secret tucked away in there? A clue about how we communicate, about how language can be both really simple and incredibly powerful.
Because yeah, you probably guessed it, there is way more to the word pin than just being a thing. It's not just an object, it's also an action.
And this is where we start to peel back the layers. See, pin isn't just a noun, it's a verb, it's an action. And right away, this is where its real power starts to show. This one little word is already doing double duty. So, the first meaning of the verb is pretty much what you'd expect. To pin something, well, it means to fasten it with a pin. The source gives a perfect example. She pinned the dress pattern to the fabric. Makes sense, right? It's the action that goes with the object.
But then, things get interesting. To pin someone can also mean to, force them down, to hold them so they can't move. Whoa. All of a sudden, our simple little word for sewing has become this word about force, about control. Just think about that for a second. The same 3 letters take us from fastening fabric all the way to wrestling.
Okay, so pin is a noun, and it's also 2 very different kinds of verbs. That's kind of cool, but that's not the real secret here. Nope. The biggest clue has been hiding in plain sight this whole time, right at the top of the web page we've been looking at. I mean, if you were just glancing at this Wiktionary page, you would totally skim right past it. It's this tiny little sentence, tucked away before the definitions even start. So easy to miss, but it changes everything. And here it is. This is the sentence, pin is on the Basic English 850 list. Now, that's not a definition, it's not an example, it's a classification. Our little word pin turns out to be part of a very, very exclusive club. Which, of course, leads to the big question, the one we've been building up to. What in the world is the Basic English 850 list?
Well, the cool thing is, the source page actually gives us everything we need to figure this out. We just have to connect the dots. So, let's play detective for a minute here.
Okay, first clue. The name of the source itself is Simple English Wiktionary. The whole point is simplicity. Clue number 2, if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see the page is in a category called BE 850. So, you've got Simple English and BE 850. Put them together, and the implication is pretty clear, right? This has got to be a list of super essential words for communicating simply and clearly. And boom, that's exactly what it is. The Basic English 850 list is this carefully chosen set of just 850 words. The whole idea is that with only these words, you can say almost anything you need to in English. It's like a foundational toolkit for communication.
So now we can finally circle back to our hero word, pin, and understand why it made the cut. I mean, why this word, out of hundreds of thousands of words in the English language? What makes it so special? Well, this is why. Just look at how hard this one little word works for us. It's a noun, it's a verb for that gentle fastening action, and it's another verb for the much more forceful action of holding something down. It covers so much ground.
And that is what makes a word a core word, what gets it on the BE 550 list. It's got versatility, you can use it in all these different ways. It has clarity, the meanings are easy to get, and maybe most important of all, it's efficient. One simple word does the job of a bunch of other, more complicated words. It's a powerhouse, a real linguistic tool.
So, that leaves us with one last big thought to chew on. Think about it. We started this journey with a tiny, sharp object, and we ended up looking at the blueprint for an entire system of language. If a whole universe of complex ideas can be built using just 850 core words like pin, it really makes you stop and think, doesn't it? What does that say about the power and maybe the responsibility of the words we all choose to use every single day?